Hey everyone, welcome to another installation of Fright Friday right here on Night Owl Video. Today I am talking about this gem, Sleepaway Camp 2, Unhappy Campers. Doesn't say that. Oh yeah, it says it down there. So we're going to be talking about this movie today. I would hesitate to call it a film. Um, just my opinion. But today we'll be talking about this film, the cast, production, critical response, my thoughts on the film, and all that. So I hope you stick around. And thank you to everybody who subscribed recently and thumbs up my videos and left really cool comments. And I love talking to people about movies. And I love learning stuff from you guys too, because a lot of times I'll get comments about movies and it's stuff that I didn't know about the movies or things like that. So I love that stuff too. I try to do the best research I can using Wikipedia and IMDb and other odd websites here and there, but you know, it's limited. So I don't have the time to watch all these movies plus all of the director's commentaries and featurettes and everything. I watch some of them, but I don't obviously have all the time to watch all the stuff. Maybe someday when I'm old and it'll just be me and my TV and my DVD player, and I'll be finally like, I'm gonna watch the commentary track for Sleepaway Camp 2. But for now, we're doing the best we can. So anyway, this film is from 1988. It is a horror slasher film. It was released in the United Kingdom under the title Nightmare Vacation Part 2. It was directed by Michael A. Simpson, who also did Sleepaway Camp 3. This movie stars Pamela Springsteen, who was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, as well as Sleepaway Camp 3 and 4. And this also stars Renee Estevez, who was in the film Heathers, among others. This also stars Brian Patrick Clark and Walter Gotell as Uncle John. The synopsis for this film is Angela Baker, played by Pamela Springsteen, a psychotic person. The synopsis online says a psychotic transsexual. I don't know if I totally agree with that, because now if you've never seen Sleepaway Camp, I mean, maybe I sort of gave away a bit there, but suffice to say, Angela was forced to live as a girl by her caregiver, and it messed this person all up. But to say they were transsexual, I don't totally agree with that. But they were raised as a girl and then I guess continued to live their life as a woman. So well, let's just say Angela Baker, a psychotic person, escapes from a mental hospital and surfaces at a summer camp as a counselor who lectures her teenage charges on proper moral behavior. Those teens who break her strict rules, from the camp chatterbox or a sex-obsessed girl to the boys who are peeping toms, are murdered by the imposter in various gruesome ways. As more campers go missing, intrepid counselor Molly, played by Renee Estevez, begins to piece together the truth. Again, I don't think I'm giving much away. This came out in 1988. I'm sorry if I spoiled it for you, but I also didn't give everything away. So if you don't want any more spoilers, maybe check out now and go watch it and then come back. But yeah, so let's get on to the production on this this little gem. This film takes place 5 years after the events of the original. On that note, I'm going to say the original Sleepaway Camp I thought was a fantastic little 80s slasher horror film. Charming, just a pretty well-made like indie horror movie. This, you can clearly see the budget went way down and the storytelling just not as strong and not as good a movie, in my opinion. I know lots of people love this movie, and hey, more power to you. I'm not going to say I dislike this movie. I'm just saying I didn't think it was as good as the original. Sleepaway Camp 2 of the Unhappy Campers has elements of black comedy and references to various horror franchises in it, such as Friday the 13th, A Nightmare on Elm Street, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You can clearly see right on the cover, this she has a backpack with a Freddy Krueger glove and a Jason Voorhees hockey mask, sort of. Yeah. And there's also a chainsaw sticking up a homage to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This movie was followed by a direct sequel, Sleepaway Camp 3, Teenage Wasteland in 1989, 1 year later. Jerry Silva, who served as a co-producer on Sleepaway Camp, approached Double Helix Films about producing a follow-up to the film. Michael Hitchcock, then a staffer at Double Helix, was assigned to write both Sleepaway Camp 2 and Sleepaway Camp 3, Teenage Wasteland, and did so under the pseudonym of Fritz Gordon. Fritz Gordon. It's a fun name to say. Michael A. Simpson, a filmmaker based in Atlanta, Georgia, was hired as director in the fall of 1987 and shot both Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 back-to-back in order to keep the production budgets at $1 million or less for each film. A YMCA youth camp in Waco, Georgia was used for the fictional Camp Rolling Hills. Filming began on September 20th and wrapped on October 9th, 1987, so a pretty quick shooting schedule. Like Sleepaway Camp 2 was released theatrical on a limited basis. It was released in theaters on August 26, 1988, before being released on VHS in the United States by Nelson Entertainment 2 months later. The film has been released twice on DVD in the United States by Anchor Bay Entertainment. The first release was in 2002 with a single DVD edition, as well as the Sleepaway Camp Survival Kit, which I showed off a couple weeks ago in one of my thrifting hauls. Both of these releases are allegedly currently out of print, so maybe hard to find. I don't know if these these have been reissued or not. They probably have Blu-rays. I don't know for sure. But yeah, this box set, the Sleepaway Camp Survival Kit, I did feature on a thrifting haul a couple weeks ago. This was a really cool find for me. I paid quite a bit for it, but again, I think it's out of print. Like, this one's definitely out of print and pretty rare. This one with the cross on it came out, and then the Red Cross, I don't know if they filed a lawsuit or they just did like a cease and desist with Anchor Bay and said, like, you can't use that because it's apparently a registered trademark with the Red Cross. So this then went out of print, and a new box set came out with a different graphic on the cover. So I think this one's pretty rare. Rare within reason. I don't know. This wasn't numbered or anything, but anyway. So this DVD that I watched came from that box set. That also has, let's see. I showed this off in the thrifting haul video when I got it, but I'll show it again just quickly. It has the original Sleepaway Camp, and it also has Sleepaway Camp 3, Teenage Wasteland, which I have not yet watched. I'm honestly a little scared to watch it because I thought part 2 was, like I said, not as good as part 1, but I don't know. I'll reserve comments until I've actually watched it. And then it also came with this camper diary book, which looks like a little notebook, and it has pictures from the film and notes about the film. So pretty happy to have found this box set, I'm not going to lie. The critical response for Sleepaway Camp 2 Unhappy Campers, it currently holds a 62% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's probably where I'd kind of put it if I had to rate it out of 100. I mean, 6 out of 10, whatever, 3.75 out of 5. It's pretty average. If you like 80s slasher horror movies, you're probably going to like it okay, but like I said, it wasn't as good as the original, in my opinion. I thought the original was way more cool, but not terrible, but to me, just kind of generic. And maybe that was just a product of the time, the late 80s. I mean, the slasher genre had kind of run its course, in my opinion, and a lot of the classics were already out, and this was just kind of using that template again. So not terrible, not great. This movie is 79 minutes long. Perfect. This one was put out by Anchor Bay in the year 2002. Let's see, what else can I say? It's color. I'm going to assume this is a Region 1 DVD. The inside has some more stuff. There's the images on the front. That's the full movie poster there. Let's see what else is in here. Oh, that's it. So it's just the movie poster, and then on the back is the chapters list. Nothing special about that. And then the DVD has some of the kids from the movie on it. Cult director Michael A. Simpson's Sleepaway Camp. So yeah, I can't really say this was a great movie. I would say, like, if I was probably maybe I was gonna have a marathon and I'd watch all three. Although I haven't seen part 3, so I don't know how good or bad it is. But maybe, I don't know. I just don't see myself revisiting this a lot. After I watched this, I kind of thought, like, I'm happy that I got this box set, but from like a collector standpoint, but am I going to revisit this movie? Probably not. And I do have the first Sleepaway Camp on the Scream Factory Blu-ray, which the picture's great, and there's a great making of documentary. Speaking of which, this has audio commentary with director Michael A. Simpson and writer Fritz Gordon, moderated by John Kleiza. It also has behind-the-scenes footage and outtakes, teaser trailer for Sleepaway Camp 3, Teenage Wasteland, theatrical trailer, and still galleries. So, if you like 80s slashers, you're probably... There's definitely worse ones. There's definitely way worse ones. I'm trying to think of that movie, Offerings, that I watched a couple months ago. Like, it's not that bad, but I would probably, moreover, I would recommend watching the first one. If you really, really like the first one, you want to see the continuing story of Angela, then here it is. But again, it's kind of lost its charm for me. But I know a lot of people love this movie. I am kind of curious to see part 3 to see where that goes, but I'm going to guess it's probably, I don't want to say bad, but maybe it's bad. But anyway, that's my thoughts on Sleepaway Camp 2. I really don't have a lot to say about this movie. I'm not trying to make people angry, but it just wasn't, maybe it just wasn't for me, I don't know. But I love the first one, so I'm a little confused. Maybe over the years I'll rewatch this and I'll end up liking it, but for now I'm just giving it a very average rating. That's my thoughts on Sleepaway Camp 2, Unhappy Campers. Let me know your thoughts on this. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Leave it in the comments below. Consider giving me the thumbs up if you like this review. Consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. I'm over on Instagram at Night Owl Video. And that's it for me. I don't know. The Psychotronic Movie Guide says, this sequel has more novel ways of dying, gore, and nudity, and Pamela Springsteen even sings. So, I don't know. It's lost on me, I guess. Anyway, that's my thoughts on this film. Like I said, leave your thoughts below if you liked it, if you didn't like it. And until next time, I will see you at the video store or the thrift store or just out and about somewhere. Hopefully not in a shower at a summer camp being murdered by somebody with a big knife. But until next time, take good care of yourselves and your friends and your loved ones. It's a crazy world out there. And until next time, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.